Alrighty, so making a little project here for my best friend's mama. Making a little bit of a shelf so that some decorations that she crafts and makes can be stacked on there. And it's going to look a little rustic, a little crafty. So what we have here are actually paint stirrers, these long white pieces of paint stirrers, and the piece that's in my hand right here are just some pieces of oak I've had sitting out in the weather that are just for little projects like this. So cut up the oak already, got it all nice and set. The dimensions that I had to have wide enough for was about 6 to 6.5 inches, so I made them a little bit longer, around 7.5 to 8 inches for the spacing. So it's slightly a rectangular piece that I'm planning to create here, just for extra room in case a little bit larger decorations are going to be put in here, so it's not limited. So kind of the layout, just figuring out what I'm planning to do. Going to cut up some of the paint stirrers, put them across. That's all the material I'll be using. It's just the paint stirrers, some that I've cut up, the oak pieces, and wood glue. So just laying it out, making sure I kind of have a rough idea of what I'm wanting to get going here. I'd rather spend extra time making sure my layout is all good before I start cutting stuff and then it's off or gluing things and it don't line up right. I kept the outside as the ruler part of the paint stirrers just because it looks neat and rustic. Or not necessarily rustic, more ornamental, just nice and crafty. Best friend thought this would be a cool project to post on the channel, so I'm just voicing over some of the videos that I was asking them about how they would like the project to be laid out. One thing that I recommended for the project was having the ruler facing outside so it looks neat, but also the ruler facing down when I'm using the paint stir little pieces as the shelf. It just didn't look right in my eye for it to be facing up. Just an idea I had, and so we ran with that. Just not even really sanding down the oak pieces, just getting all the grime off, the dirt that I couldn't wipe off, some of the weathering off, so it looks even more, this would look more rustic on there. Slightly weathered, slightly newish. It gives it a neat look, in my opinion. So, laying it out again. The old saying, measure 1,000 times, cut once. I didn't have time to measure 1,000 times, so I just laid it out 999 times. Just making sure everything looked right before gluing things. Kind of hard to undo glue. Tried, it doesn't work too well. We've all tried that. We got a project going and something don't fit right. So just making sure everything looks good. Nothing looks abnormal. So this is a piece of railroad track that I used as a weight. But before that, we got the gluing here. And nice big weight that sit nice and evenly on the pieces. That was the first side. Getting it lined up because the glue makes it slide a little bit, so I had to make sure my pieces weren't sliding all over the place. And the second piece started gluing. And I also had my best friend helping me with this, just so that if things started moving or extra things needed to be held when I was clamping, that had the extra hands there, which made a huge difference. Very much appreciated. And I think the project turned out really well. It was received well, and it looks amazing with the crafted ornaments and decorations on it at my best friend's place. So I'm really glad best friend's mama loves it. It was fun to work on, and it was fun to do for the channel as well.